We're going back to school here at Worst Bakers. Classes in session. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello! Welcome, guys. We have this fancy yellow-orange lighting behind us. We're in the oven together. We're baking together.
We're baking right now.
In a good way.
Yes, in a good way. Clarify.
You say that you're in the hot seat right now.
We are in the hot seat.
Hot seat, much better.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to the Worst Bakers in America after show. Today we are discussing season 2, episode 4. Bake to School. Tonight we're going to get into some weird dances from Dijonay. We'll also get into our finale. We have the top 2 finally revealed. We also have our special segment, news and gossip and predictions. And I'm joined to my left by my lovely friend who is a fan of Oreo cake.
Yeah, cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream.
Yes, one of my favorite cakes. And I was just thinking, I like ice cream in it too. So cookies and cream, ice cream cake. So good.
I love it. Thanks,
yes.
Chelsie.
Thank you. Yes, I am Chelsie Overocker. Happy to be here.
Awesome. And I'm Princess Carroll, and my favorite dessert is any type of pie. Mm-hmm. I also like fruit, just like Paul.
Yes.
I'm an old woman who likes fresh fruit.
Well, we need to contact Paul and have him make you a fruit cake.
I love it. I'm
Yes.
going to find Paul down in Newport. I feel like I bring that up every episode, but it's fine. Anyway, so tonight we all went back to school. Each contestant had to review their skills through all of the drills for the evening. Chelsie, what was your thoughts for the episode?
This was a really good episode. Again, I was impressed with every contestant. They're getting stronger. The beginning was hard for me because they have to try to build that 3-tier cake. Mm-hmm. And for me, I know I personally could not do that. So I give everyone props. And it was great that they were able to team up and do it. Mm-hmm. The red team, of course, came out on top. But that was fantastic. And trying to get the confetti on there and just make sure like it was not going to be lopsided. But that was a really good challenge to start off with.
Yeah, I like the little war that they got into, yes. Lorraine and Jason, like the bell and then the whistle.
Yes,
and the
so
poor contestants had to keep up with it, but I think they did an amazing job. It looked very close.
Yes, they did a fantastic job, and I love it. Lauren's like, okay, well, 2 can play that game, Jason. So as soon as they get going, she rings the bell, and they all look at each other like, wait, we only have like 30 seconds on the floor. But yeah, no, and it just shows the fun in this show that don't take it so seriously, because even the judges and the host are having fun with it.
Yeah, and I think that's so important.
Yeah.
But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into, of course, we already know who won from the very beginning. Yes. What did you think of the winner of the skill drill?
Yeah, with Melody, you know, she's been very consistent throughout all the episodes, so it's no surprise. But, you know, I'm really happy for Chris because I think out of all the contestants, he's really come a long ways. For the skill drill, he did crash that at first. So I was a little nervous for him to go into the next challenge. But yeah, Melody's, it was nothing bad with it. I would have to say it was really good. It was between her and Mary and Catherine that I think were going to be the top 2.
And just as a quick review, the skill drill for tonight was a mini peach custard tart. So I thought everyone's, for the most part, looked pretty, except for Chris's. He was struggling a little bit.
He was struggling.
And even with Dijonay, I mean, one of her tarts did literally crash on the floor. But
so bad.
The ones that were left, I thought that it represented well.
Yeah.
And they looked tasty.
They looked really tasty. I know as soon as hers hit the floor, I was like, oh no, Dijonay. And I was like, hopefully the judges don't notice. But right away, Jason's like, okay, why is there only 3 on here? And she's
Good
like,
old Jason.
Oh no.
Pointing it out.
Jason, you always point it out. No, I think though overall I think they all did really good though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was impressed with Dijonay, so I was surprised that she was kind of on the bottom.
Yeah.
She was second worst.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've been saying this the whole season. You do have the people who have come a long way, but at some point it's just kind of like the best is just going to rise to the top.
It's the best. Enough to break apart.
They do. But I definitely want to talk about that later when we get into who's going to the finale, because I have some thoughts. But I think in this challenge, I agreed with it. You know, I don't think it was terrible. I love Dijonay's flavors. I kind of wonder, since everyone was doing pineapple, it's kind of like, okay, who's going to be the best of the pineapple and who's actually going to bring out that flavor?
Yes.
But I think that it should have gone to Melody.
Yeah.
You know, she's been consistent, like you said.
She's been so consistent. It looked good. It tastes good. I know with a couple of, with Jason, he did say with Mary Catherine, he's like, no flavor. What is this? What am I tasting? Oh, poor Mary Catherine. But
I actually thought that would have been a bigger issue, though. I guess because everything else about the tart was so on point that even though it had no taste, which I have never seen a custard that had no taste.
yeah.
But even with that, she still came in second. So I guess it's like, well, as long as everything else is there.
I thought it was going to smell because she kept saying the whole time while she was trying to put the flour in the mixer, she's like, okay, it has this funny smell to it. It's stinking.
Oh,
so
right. I forgot about that.
I was so nervous when she was going to do the taste testing that Lorraine and Jason were going to call out, what's this smell? It tastes really funny.
Yeah.
So no flavor is better than smelling bad, I guess. So she kind of came out on top. I thought she was going to get called out for that.
Yeah. Speaking of being called out, Dijonay's dancing. But then Chris came out of his shell, literally.
He did. I'm so proud of him.
I love the energy that she brings to the show. I'm going to miss her now that she's gone. But I just love even the way that she brings other people out of their shell. And I think we got to see more of Chris's personality just throughout the show. But in this episode, we really got to see him be silly.
Yes.
So that was really cool.
Yeah, especially towards the end when he had we'll get into a little bit later, but with the cake and the panda and I think that motivation for that little boy is what pushed him through. Because it reminded him of his girl and why he's doing this in the first place. But Dijonay and her dance moves, and even Lorraine's like, what are you doing? She's like, I got this going. Pop the leg. What are you doing? Pop the leg.
I wonder if that's like a nervous thing. Like it's a way for her to de-stress. What do you think?
I would be nervous because she's a hairstylist. So I could just see her.
She did bring that up.
She could, start cutting the hair. Oh, I got this baby. Pops the leg and whoops, cuts off 2 inches by accident.
I know. I was like so afraid that she was going to kick something on the side or kick a PA somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah. So
dangerous.
It could be a nervous thing, but at the same time, I think that's how she works. She just moves in her environment. When she gets happy, she gets in the groove. She just has to pop it everywhere.
Pop, lock, and drop.
Pop, lock, and drop.
Good deal. Oh, Dijonay.
She will be missed.
Yes, Juicy will be missed.
Juicy girl, we got you. I was thinking she might have made it into the finale. Yeah. Because she was, even though she's come a long ways.
It's true.
And her, out of all the contestants besides Melody, she's on there for the displays looking nice. Like her displays always look good.
Oh, you mean her presentation?
Yeah, her presentations. Yeah, it's always together. And that's also a huge part, especially with the art one.
That's true.
Yeah.
She has a really good presentation style. She has great presentation. Let's go with that.
She knows how to present her art on the food and herself as well.
Yes.
And with her fabulous dance moves.
Dijonay's dance moves.
Dijonay.
Aw, well, we're going to miss you, Dijonay, but you know who's always with us and we don't have to miss every week is our fans. Do you have a special message for them?
I do. So we just want to say thank you so much for making AfterBuzz TV the ESPN of TV talk. In order to help us grow, we ask please subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us a rating on iTunes, and leave us a comment. We just want to thank Marie and Kevin for creating AfterBuzz TV because we're able to engage with you guys as fans. So thank you so much for supporting us in what we do and what we love.
Awesome. Snaps.
Snap it. Yeah. See, I'm getting into the Dijonay mode. She's putting me pop. I'm feeling it.
Dijonay, where are you? Somewhere, and I think she's from LA.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe we gotta track her down and then bring Paul too.
I want to meet her. Yeah.
We should.
Really.
We gotta find her salon.
Yes.
And be like, hey, by the way, can you also do my hair? But maybe or may not. Can you bake me a cake?
I'm a little nervous if she does my hair. I think she'll get too much into it, and then, like I
she's
said,
gonna kick a curling iron somewhere.
Oh yeah, and wham! 2 inches I did not want off happens.
Ooh. All right. Well, the main bake for this episode was animal cakes, as I mentioned earlier. So the interesting thing about animal cakes is you have to not only get the shape, but you also had to get the flavor that each child wanted with their cake. So let's get into who got what and what flavor. So Melody, she got a rhino, which I thought was super cute.
Yeah.
And her rhino had to be s'mores flavor because that is the rhino's favorite flavor. Mary Catherine got a pig, which needed to be orange popsicle flavored, and she added basil. And Dejanay got a tiger, and the tiger needed to be French toast and maple syrup flavored, which is very unique. I was like, okay, I see you, kid.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, Chris got a panda, a cute panda with PB&J flavoring. So what were your first thoughts when we saw who was getting what shape or what animal and flavor?
Dejanay with the tiger, I knew she was going to be able to pull that off. So I thought, okay, that's going to be a good one for her. The rhino, thought that was kind of hard for Melody, but she did amazing with it.
She did.
But I was a little nervous at first because when I saw that stuffed animal and I was like, oh, with the horns and everything, I was like, how is Melody going to make this happen? The pig, of course, fits Mary Catherine, so I was not too worried about that.
Pause. Explain that, please.
Well, you're like, what? I don't know. Okay, well, I'm a pig lover, so I think it just fit her personality in a way, just because the pig looked cute, and I was like, oh, that's totally Mary Catherine. I was like,
a cute pig.
I was a cute pig, making it pink and everything, and I said, okay, she's got this because she's just that bubbly pageant girl.
That's true.
So I thought, okay, a bright animal, which was the pig.
That's true.
It kind of fits everyone's personality because Dejanay's the tiger, Mary Catherine the pig. I love Mary Catherine.
The pretty pig.
The pretty pig. Yes, like
Peppa Pig.
like the teacup pigs.
Yes,
like those
the little ones.
Yes, the little ones. Not like those big fat.
Not a hog.
Not a
as
hog.
Jason kept saying.
Not a hog. No. So I thought that was great, and then Jason with the panda too. I was impressed with that.
I kind of felt, and I think I made this up in my head because I have no evidence for this, but to me, in my mind, when Jason saw the little girl holding the panda, he thought of his daughter.
Yes, yeah.
Like, to me, I think that's who he was thinking of in the back of his mind. I just thought, Panda, he's a father to a sweet little girl. It just made sense to me.
Yes.
So I was pretty happy about that one. As far as Mary Catherine, though, I will say, going back to the pig, so I thought the orange popsicle thing was going to be tricky to pull off because that's such a made-up flavor. Like, there's nothing natural about an orange popsicle.
Yes.
Whatsoever. But I thought the basil addition was interesting.
Yeah.
To me, I thought, okay, it's for a child's birthday. I don't think of basil when I think of kids' birthday cakes.
Yeah, that's true.
What did you think? Would you be willing to try it?
The orange popsicle sounded okay, but your point is with the basil, that kind of is a different taste bud. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be immediately what I would want to try at a kid's birthday party.
Yeah. I mean, Jason liked it.
Jason loved it. She got the flavor right on.
Yeah.
Her design wasn't spot on, but the flavor was good. And I was surprised because I thought that would be a really hard flavor for her to do. Mm-hmm. So I think if her design was a little bit better, she could have been one of the finalists.
Do you think, because Jason has been saying from time to time, like time and time again,
Yeah.
that she's super slow.
That killed her.
So that led to her demise?
Yes.
Okay.
Because even the kid was saying, is she going to get this done? She doesn't look very far. Hurry up. She's like, okay, I got this. So I think that was just one thing she just needs to improve on, but that definitely set her home. And Jason and his sayings, let me tell you.
Jasonisms.
Oh, yeah, what he called her, you are a water going off a duck's back in mid-July on a Sunday. You're
Something
that,
like that.
slow.
Something like that. I don't have family from the South, but my father, for some reason, has picked up all these Southern sayings. So I actually get probably, I wouldn't say half, maybe 40% of Jason's
Everyone, every time he says something, they're just looking at him like, huh, did you make this up? You probably did right on the spot. Just came to his mind. But no, I was disappointed that Mary Catherine went home.
Yeah.
Because I will admit, she didn't have the best design for a pig, and she was so slow with it too. And that is what Jason called her out on, saying, okay, you've done baking, but you only have this amount of time and you still have to put the cake together. Right. You have to ice it. You have to decorate it. So that all led into the factor of why her cake wasn't as presentable as it could have been.
But she's been so, it's tough when it comes to this point in the competition where you have to make these hard decisions because she's been so consistent.
Exactly.
Even from the very beginning, she wasn't the worst. She was never at the bottom, so it's tough. Which way do you go? I mean, granted, Melody has been just really good, so it's hard to go up against Melody, but I'm going to miss Mary Catherine. I'm going to miss her accent. I'm going to miss her personality.
Yeah, so sweet. But hopefully she's able to do some better cooking for her little girl.
I'm sure.
And that was her main goal, was to be able to bake a cake for her birthday party. So
mission accomplished.
Yes,
I think
we're rooting for her.
Next, I wanted to talk about Dejanay. Going back to her real quick.
Yeah.
So she had the tiger, and you know what? I knew that her cake was going to be good when I saw her slather that maple syrup on it.
Yes.
And she did it a couple times, and I was like, "That's a good cake."
Very good.
It was giving me pancakes.
Pancake vibes.
Pancake vibes.
Yeah, no, hers was really good. She had a really rough start from the beginning because she was looking for the baking powder.
Yes.
And she accidentally put baking soda. Good thing she did not pull that off because a contestant earlier in the the competition did make that mistake. So it's a good thing that she did catch herself with that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, what killed her too was that dang paintbrush hair in her cake.
Do you think that was it? Because it could happen to anybody.
Yeah, but unfortunately it happened. Out of the whole entire cake, it just happened to be the one that Lorraine cut.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I think that it did hurt her chances.
Interesting. I don't know if that was the big, the cherry on top that sent her home. But it's also hard because, and I guess we can go ahead and move on to Chris. Chris has improved so much from the beginning of the competition. He gets the most improved award.
Yes.
However, Dejanay has been consistently creative in her flavor choices. That's the thing I remember hearing the judges say most often, is how much they love her flavors. Mm-hmm. And little, paintbrush aside, I do feel like I think that Dejanay should have stayed, to be honest with you. I think so, too. I get why, I won't say that I get why Chris stayed behind or stayed. I actually don't understand that, but I do see how someone could potentially reward him for his growth, and maybe that was Lorraine's strategy. I don't know, but I don't think that what happened to Dejanay was enough to get her sent home. She's been so good.
I don't think so either. I was shocked when she got sent home, and I don't know how the judges are, determining what goes home, because this is the finale, but I really hope for the whole entire season they did put things into consideration. Okay, who has been consistent? Because, Chris's panda was really good. It was good.
It was super cute.
It was super cute. And I think that's the biggest thing he grows on, because he does not have good designs. That was probably the only good design that he's done.
Yes,
but his flavor's always off. It's always dry. It's not right.
They did say it was a little dry.
Yeah.
That's true.
And that's a huge part of it. And Dejanay, even though she runs into some trouble and with some decorating issues for this past episode, her flavor is always spot on. So that's something I would have taken into consideration.
That's fair. And so Dejanay's going home, Chris is sticking around, and then our other contestant that's left in the finale is Melody.
Yeah.
Really quickly, what did you think about her? Were you surprised at all?
With that rhino, it was better than I would thought it would be. She had a really good design. And they even said, yeah, you layered this really good. Mm-hmm. And even Jason pushed her, you should have done this for a fourth dimension. She's like, fourth? Hold on, we're still in the third.
That's true.
So she even overtopped what they were expecting.
That's true.
And they said the flavor was right on. So of course, she wins it. Decoration looks good. Flavor's right on. No issues when they cut into it.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So, like I said, so for next week, we have Chris, and then we also have Melody, Mary Catherine, and Dejanay have gone bye-byes.
Yes,
hopefully, we'll see them in
goodbye.
the future, and hopefully, we'll find Dejanay's hair shop, and so we can go get our hair cut or colored or something else. We'll find something on the menu.
We'll find something she could pop, lock, and drop.
All of the above. All of the above. But next up, we have our special segment.
Special segment.
Yeah, so it is expectation versus reality.
Expectations versus reality. Okay, so this is a beautiful red velvet cake.
It is beautiful.
It even has like the XO. You would do something like that for Valentine's Day. So you would want to make this for your sweetheart, but unfortunately, reality is it doesn't quite turn out the way you expect it to.
Okay. This actually is not the worst. I feel like what had happened was they just put the icing on and it was still hot.
I was thinking they might have switched out with baking soda and it just exploded.
Okay, I can see that too.
Funny enough, I was actually asking some of our staff back here what they thought this was. One of the answers I got was a pizza.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I could kind of see it maybe with the red tomato sauce and just some, like undercooked dough and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks a little rough, unfortunately.
It's all just, I don't know, I want to clean that oven afterwards. I mean, it's just spilling all over.
That's the worst part.
That's the worst part.
Yeah, I think it looks edible. I think we've seen some things that are inedible, like the cheesy nightmare from last week.
Oh, yeah.
Cheese with air quotes, but yeah, it's all right.
It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, just maybe don't overcook it next time and use less icing.
Watch Worst Bakers in America.
Yes.
And you will learn how to bake. Because I definitely took a tip or two.
One thing I took a tip from was they were doing their custards. It was
the egg
Lorraine.
thing?
Yeah, she's like, if you accidentally put a shell in the mixer, go ahead and just grab it with another shell because shells attract each other. I said that's
Mind
a good
blown.
point because whenever I'm making my omelets, I'm like trying to scoop it with a spoon because I accidentally get some eggshell in there. Just
There you
there
go.
you go. I learned something.
Mind blown. I don't eat eggs because we all know I'm vegan. However, for those who do eat eggs, I will educate them.
Yes. I even put a star down. I put that in my note and I put learn something today.
Learn something today. We're all going back to school.
Yes.
So next up, we have a little bit of news
And gossip.
and gossip. Give us the tea, lady.
All right. So our favorite stylish host, Lorraine Pascal, is in the September issue of the British Vogue. She talks about how she got started in the industry by buying a bus ticket to London and visiting every modeling agency. The last one signed her on the spot, and that's how she became Lorraine Pascal and became a host and is now one of the top beautiful models. And we always kept asking this, how tall do you think she is? Because next to Jason, she's a giant.
I mean, Paul asked that, and she shut him
Yeah.
down real quick. So
Yeah.
I'd rather not ask her.
Yeah,
I'll
I
just
don't
look it up. And
Yeah,
just
look
see
it
what I
up.
find.
Look it up. But yeah, I'm gonna say 5'9", 6 foot. But it makes sense why she's a model.
No, it's interesting because I've heard a couple models have similar stories. They just went to all the agencies and just kept going until someone said yes.
Yes,
So, story of persistency.
we'll
Is that
get
the
you
right
far.
word?
Yes,
We'll get you far.
be persistent.
Be persistent, everybody. Thank you for
Yes.
the little bit of news and
A
gossip.
little bit of news and gossip.
All right, guys. So next up, let's get into some predictions real quick. And it's a 50-50 chance. It could go either way. It's either one or the
It's
other.
either Melody or Chris. Okay, who are you thinking? Are you ready for more Chris or Melody?
Well, I think because there's a panel that has to be impressed, I think objectively speaking, Melody.
Yeah.
Chris, I think, could win if you look at the story that he has coming from the bottom and now he's in the finale. He's really grown.
Yeah.
But like I said, objectively speaking, if I didn't know anything about Chris or his story and I just had what was in front of me, I would probably take Melody.
Good point.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think Melody might take this one home too. But you never know. Chris can surprise us. He's been
That's
surprising
true.
me every week. And he might, for this finale, he might just push it to the top because this is where the money is on the line.
It's true. And he's also very organized, which the judges kept bringing up too. So I think that, especially since they're making it for a group of people, I think that could help propel him forward, because when you're baking or doing anything for a big group of people, you have to be organized. You have to be able to work on this while that is doing whatever it needs to be done.
Yes, yes.
And you've got to think ahead. And I think that Chris has mastered that. I can't say that Melody hasn't. I just haven't seen it. That's not something that the judges really, talk about.
Yes. And I think with Melody, she gets caught up in her head sometimes, where she gets nervous, and that could really be a factor for her, where she takes a negative stance. So, hopefully she doesn't get too much in her head. With Chris, I think he does a lot better under pressure.
That's a good point, too. So, again, it's 50-50. It's either going to be one or the other.
Yeah. We're rooting for both of them.
Yes, we'll just flip a quarter. Heads or tails. One of the two is going to win.
Yes.
Well, next week is the finale. I can't believe we got here this quickly.
I know.
It was just left and right. Everyone going home.
Yes.
But yeah, so before we head off into next week, Chelsie, where can we find you on social media?
You could find me on Instagram at Chelsie Overocker and on Twitter at Chelsie Overocker.
And I'm Princess Carroll. You guys can find me on Instagram at Princess Carroll TV and Twitter at Princess CTV. Bye, guys. See you next week for the finale.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.